YouTube says that it is making longer videos editable by removing the current 6-hour limit. Google adds new Gemini AI tools inside Workspace for education. Pinterest has announced that they have improved the board sharing feature that allows you to share your Pinterest boards on other social media platforms. More details about these three and a couple of interesting news items about Snapchat and Threads app coming up in this week's edition of the Connected Church News with me, Natchi Lazarus. Welcome. This is the show that brings you the top 5 digital, social media, AI, and emerging tech news that you need to know for this week in just 5 minutes. Let's get started. A few announcements from YouTube last week which could be useful for ministries. First is about YouTube live streams. If you have longer live streams, you might have noticed that YouTube does not allow you to edit them. Now that is changing. YouTube says by the end of this month, you will be able to edit longer videos, even if they are longer than the 6-hour limit that they had imposed. Pass this on to your video editing team. The second news that could be important is about bulk editing or bulk moderation of YouTube comments. The announcement says up till now, channels were able to select multiple comments for actions. Like, for example, if you wanted to do removing of the comments or reporting those comments, you are able to bulk select them in the held for review tab. But now you can select and moderate multiple comments in the published tab. You might want to pass this information on to your content moderation team inside your ministry. Meta made an interesting announcement that their Threads app is going to be the first of Meta's family of apps to be available inside Fediverse and be compatible with Fediverse. If you're wondering what Fediverse is, it is open global network of social media servers. They are interconnected, but they're also independent. It is a decentralized social media network. This social media network or connection of various social media servers works on a particular open source protocol called ActivityPub. And there are a lot of social media networks that are decentralized. You might have heard of Mastodon, Tumblr, even WordPress is active proponent of these kind of decentralized networks. Interestingly, this setup came about because of companies like Meta. And now Meta is saying we are open and we are going to start having our own social network inside these open servers. Here is an important announcement from Google, especially if you're a ministry or a nonprofit in the education space. Google has announced that they are bringing Gemini AI tools into Workspace for education. There are lots of new features that are being released as part of this announcement. So you might want to pick and choose the ones that are relevant to you. We will link to the entire announcement that has the list of all the tools available. Pass this information on to your media team. Here are some of the highlights. Google says teens will now be able to use generative AI inside a classroom setting. Of course, they say that they've made sure that there are moderations and content that's only relevant to teens are being presented and so on. But you might want to pay close attention and inspect before rolling it out to your students. The other helpful AI tools included are Google Vids, which is a video generation AI, and also Read Along, which is an AI that helps students acquire reading skills. This week's news episode is brought to you by Connected Church Academy. Connected Church Academy is a media education hub for the faith-based community. So if you are a media team member or a leader of a nonprofit, a church, a ministry, or a faith-based organization, then this is something you might want to check out or pass on to your team. You can visit cca.live for more details. Pinterest has announced that they have improved the way you can share a Pinterest board, an idea, or a pin on other social media platforms. If you use Pinterest as a ministry, then this is a great way for you to share your Pinterest collection and reach a wider audience. Pinterest is a unique social media platform, so it is not about only you sharing the information about your ministry, but it's also your audience being able to pin details about your ministry and then sharing them with their audience. That is where really the magic happens. So it's great that Pinterest has improved the sharing capability. The way it works is someone chooses a public board that they have created or curated, and then they will click on the share icon, and then they just have to select a template for the board, the way it is going to be shared. So that control has been given to them in terms of seeing what is being shared, and then they push it out to any social media platform they want. For example, Instagram stories or any other platform where they'd like to share. Snapchat has added few safety features which could be important considering that there are a lot of young users on the platform. First is an in-app warning. The announcement says that teens will receive an in-app warning if they receive a chat from someone who has been blocked or reported by others, or is from a region where the teen's network isn't typically located, and they cannot receive requests from someone that they don't have mutual friends with. I think this is a good feature. They have also released some features related to safety from a location sharing perspective. They say that we are introducing simplified location sharing, which makes it easier for the users to customize who sees their location. They also say users will get frequent reminders about who they are sharing their location with. All of them seem to be useful. If you have a youth ministry, pass this information on. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, this might be a good time to do that so that you're always on top of all the news related to digital, social media, AI, and emerging tech.